Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You've signed on for another awesome edition of the King's Castle. I'm King James. I'll be your host for the next hour of entertainment news, wrestling news, and whatever else you want to know. And here to help me, as always, back from his day in the warehouse at Amazon, is my colleague, the always reliable and rarely shy Blair Chopin. Blair, good evening.
Good evening.
And we got a lot of
The entire nation knows where I work.
Well, they
Can't
don't
wait for those groupies to be at Amazon tomorrow.
Well, they don't know which plant specifically, but
Oh my god, I'm so jealous of your boobs. Will you sign mine?
don't listen to that. Please ignore his crazy banner there, folks. I apologize. But anyway, we've got a lot to talk about, not only in the week of professional wrestling, but also in the entertainment biz as well. But first and foremost, as you might expect, we cover the wrestling. Now,
The what?
the wrestling.
Your voice changes when you say wrestling.
Now, it's been a rather interesting week because,
He's trying to
as you know, we're getting set for the Battleground pay-per-view in WWE. But I can safely say that the main event match that we were scheduled to have for Battleground, the triple threat between Rollins, Reigns, and Ambrose, is still intact. And I say it was still intact because AJ Styles and John Cena had their opportunity to get involved and get themselves inserted into the match. But
making it a ferocious five-way.
Right. But they ended up taking their rivalry
5 men, 1 ring.
to another level because they cost each other their respective matches to qualify. And by they, I mean Styles cost Cena, and Cena cost Styles. So, Blair, do you think this is going to lead to Cena versus Styles Part 2 come Battleground?
Well, there's a lot of interesting things the powers that be at the WWE can do with this situation. We could still end up with a fatal 5-way. A ferocious 5-way. We could still end up with the winner. They could do something where the winner of Cena and Styles goes into the main event. There's a lot of options open here.
Well, that is true. And by the way, for you and for the benefit of our viewers, you had it right the first time when you said fatal 5-way, because that's how they refer to it on the
What if it was
screen.
a Fiona 5-way?
Oh no!
The winner got a date with Richard Fiona Simmons.
No. That's a whole nother story. You're gonna have to read the tabloids for that one, folks. But anyway, it's been an interesting week as far as Impact is concerned as well, because we thought it was over, and I've been saying this for a long time that this rivalry's been overplayed. But next week, the rivalry between Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy continues.
Oh, they're wrestling at their house in Cameron, North Carolina, right?
That's exactly right.
I knew it.
They're bringing Impact Wrestling cameras to Cameron to have them wrestle in their backyard shed where it all got started.
My gosh.
And I gotta ask.
This doesn't sound like a horror movie.
I gotta ask you this question. We've seen how psychotic Matt Hardy can be over the past several weeks. Because last week he had the nerve to feign an injury and make Jeff think that he was going to need a month and a half to recover.
The absolute nerve.
To prepare for the match. But then he ended up attacking Hardy and leaving him laying on the stage. So this is getting insane. And
I don't think anything having to deal with the Hardy Boys has ever been this insane.
And I'll go one step further. TNA management, if you know what's good for you, and if you know what's good for the brand and for these two men's own health, you'll turn this into a commitment match.
What does that mean?
It means the loser.
They go to an asylum of sorts?
Right.
Oh my.
The winner gets to keep the Hardy brand while the loser gets committed.
We try not to do that in modern times.
Well, they've done it before. They did it when Mr. Anderson took on Samuel Shaw But that's a whole nother story.
I think we should do that with Matt and Jeff Hardy, and then follow it up with Hillary and Donald Trump.
Oh no!
They could wrestle in the same shed in Cameron, North Carolina.
Don't even go there. But anyway, I gotta make another note of something here, because we are now 2 weeks away from one of my favorite events on the Impact Wrestling calendar.
The Olympics.
No, it's on the Impact Wrestling calendar. Because 2 weeks from now, July 12th will be Destination X live on Pop, and that is our X Division showcase.
Do you know what else July 12th is?
No.
It's the 1 year anniversary of my first date with Annie, where she asked me my sign, and I said I said I was Olivia.
Stop. If you're gonna mention names on our show, you gotta give them a shout out too.
Shout out to Annie. Keep wearing
By the way,
that dress with the tennis shoes. That was hot.
It's his girlfriend. So congratulations to your 1 year. But anyway,
also that 1 year is presented by Budweiser.
That brings up an interesting point, because now our reigning X Division champion, the Miracle Mike Bennett, has a chance to cash in option C and trade in the X Division title for a shot at Bobby Lashley in the world title. So that makes for a pretty interesting concept, because you got the strongest guy pound for pound on the Impact roster versus a relative newcomer.
I've always liked Bobby Lashley,
who's had everything handed to him. So what do you make of this?
Well, you got Bobby Lashley, and you got the other guy who I didn't catch his name.
The Miracle Mike Bennett.
What a douche he is. He's not a miracle. He was handed everything, and he's about to get.
And why is he handed everything?
He's about to get some pie, some humble pie, from the bigger guy,
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. I am not normally the one to say this, but Bobby Lashley has a great body.
Well,
he has a I don't know. What would you think his body fat percentage is?
Well, I don't care to speculate on things like that, but
Jeff, our producer Jeff, I want you to look up Bobby Lashley, and see if you think he has any body fat on him at all.
And I wouldn't say that he does, because he is a former Division I champion for the military.
Just go ahead and do Bobby Lashley nude.
And he's an MMA fighter, so he's a pretty dangerous man. So that should make for a very interesting match.
The private song.
But I will say this on a personal note.
Ooh, oh no.
Miracle Mike Bennett, I certainly hope you know what you're getting into, because no amount of power or control that you and your wife, Maria Kanellis Bennett, think you have can help you.
No fat on that, man.
You're gonna need pure strength to overcome Lashley.
Wait, we gotta get Jeff in here now. Jeff, do you think there's any fat on Bobby Lashley?
No, it doesn't look like I can see any with my naked eye.
Oh, he'll investigate more.
Well, that's a matter for another time. But when we come back, we're gonna shift gears and cover a little more of the entertainment-based things that happen during the course of the week. So stay right there.
Awkward pause.
Larry,
So
we talked
awkward,
about
we're
this. You'll scare people.
I know.